At first, I would like to thank Mr. Vasudeva Bhatt for having bestowed this honor on me, for having called me to unfurl the national flag on this great day in this very prestigious educational institute. I am very happy to be here. This institute has grown to great heights in a very short time. I am very happy to see that our Indian culture has been inculcated so well in this institute, which we missed while studying. So that's what I was telling Mr. Vasudeva Bhatt. ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ನಾವು most of us are educated those days in convents and we missed the Indian culture getting inculcated into it. I'm very happy to see that. Second thing I'm very happy is age has no limit. Sorry, enthusiasm and patriotism has no age limit actually. So I'm very happy to see the teachers taking part in this march past. But I am little concerned because they are sitting in the sun for so long. So I request them if they can join the other teachers there, because I know it's very hard to sit in that position for a long time at this age. So if anybody is feeling tired, please do join the teachers there. I congratulate you all on this wonderful performance. Big round of applause for them. So as all of you know, on this day India became from a democratic country to a democratic republic. So I hope all of you know what a republic is, where you have a elected head. So all of us together will elect a head. So that is called a republic. On this day we should remember our true heroes who got us independence and gave us this great constitution to us. So it's an interesting fact that our constitution took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to be drafted, and lot of people contributed in drafting this great constitution. Two names are prominent, are Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who put in lot of effort to draft our constitution. And it is also a day where we have to reiterate our patriotism to this country. And to show patriotism, all of us did not go and join the army and then fight our enemies in the border. Of course, that is the greatest way of showing patriotism to our country. Apart from that, all of us can do small things in our day-to-day life to show how patriotic we are to this country. So, in these difficult times of COVID pandemic, the most patriotic thing you students can do is to keep ourselves healthy and keep the people around us healthy. That is, your beloved ones healthy. That is what you will be contributing to the nation at this time of COVID pandemic. As told by our great APJ Abdul Kalam, quote, India has to be transformed into a developed nation, a prosperous nation and a healthy nation with a value system, unquote. So here he has very beautifully told, a nation just being economically good, being prosperous is not enough. Its population has to be very healthy. So he is very emphatically told it has to be a healthy nation. So unless we are a healthy nation, no matter what amount of economic progress we make, it is not going to be of any use. So in this time, I request you students to follow certain rules, what we call as COVID appropriate behavior. Why I am stressing on this is because in this third wave, lot of us doctors' families have got affected, lot of nurses, health workers and lot of general public, our friends have got affected. And the surprising thing this time is, none of us doctors or nurses or health workers have got affected by seeing the patients. All of them have got affected by children, their own children who have gone to school, picked up the infection, came home, transmitted it to them and to their grandparents, and this is what we are seeing. So that's why I am telling very emphatically or I am stressing that you should follow COVID appropriate behavior, because you owe it to your parents and your grandparents who are at home. So I will tell you what these COVID appropriate behaviors are. Always mask up, that is, please wear mask. So I am sorry that I am telling you this, but you should wear mask. And there is a proper way of wearing mask. I have seen lot of patients who come to me, or lot of patient attenders who come, will be wearing a mask, but that will be below their nose, which is of no use. As all of you know, we breathe through our nose, we take in air through our nose, which goes directly into our lungs. So if we wear the mask below our nose, it is of no use, and you have to wear a proper mask. Basically, cloth masks are becoming ineffective against the present Omicron strain that is there, especially if they are washed 2 or 3 times. So it's always better to wear a 3-layered surgical mask. I'm not telling you to wear N95 mask. Always wear a 3-layered surgical mask, which is easily available for 8 to 10 rupees, so that you prevent getting the infection and carrying it home. And I've seen many a times, whenever you are wearing a mask, when you talk to people, you lower the mask on your chin or in your throat, which should not be done. The basic simple thing is, whenever you come in contact with an infected person, when he speaks or coughs, he is going to throw virus into the air. That is going to deposit on your skin in the exposed parts like throat and chin. So when you are pulling the mask down and pulling it up again, you are going to draw those viruses and put it on your nose. So that should not be done. Always follow proper hand sanitization. I have seen people, for the sake of sanitizing, put 2 drops on their hand, do like this and then go ahead. That should not be done. There are thousands of videos on the YouTube where you can see how to properly sanitize your hand. And always after school, when you go home, please take a bath and change into fresh set of clothes, which definitely helps in preventing the spread of infection. And the other last important thing I'd like to tell regarding COVID appropriate behavior is, please get vaccinated. Now the government of India has started vaccinating children above 14 years. Please do not listen to the social media rubbish which is there telling vaccine causes this, that. Nothing will happen. Please get vaccinated, and also see that your parents and grandparents get vaccinated. Educate them about that. This is the greatest patriotic thing at this hour you can do to our country. I am really proud to be an Indian in these difficult times of COVID pandemic. As you can see, I will enumerate few things why we should be proud of India and patriotic. WHO, which is the World Health Organization, itself has applauded our nation and its leadership for tackling the situation better than any of the developed countries. Believe me, we have done a great job compared to the so-called developed countries like US and UK, and we are really proud of it. Being an Indian and a doctor, I am really proud of it, because we know what the patients go through. To name a few, first thing is, I would like to mention about the Arogya Setu app, which came in very early on pandemic. It was developed and it was conceptualized to see that we do contact tracing, syndrome mapping and self-assessment, and it was really a hit. Lot of people have got benefited from it. On a lighter note, actually it became the most downloaded app in a very short time, beating Pokemon. A lot of you must have played Pokemon. So it beat Pokemon and had 50 million installations in just 13 days. So that was the power of the app, and then it never crashed. In spite of so many installations, it went on to become a hit. The strict lockdown which was followed in the early 2020, which a lot of them criticized, which was done by our leadership, actually helped us, because as doctors, we know that it helped us prepare the infrastructure, medical infrastructure, because ours is a huge population. Ours is a huge population which is double the population of whole of Europe continent. So it helps us prepare in terms of procuring more PPEs, in terms of producing more masks, in terms of getting more ventilators, and this helped us tackle the COVID wave very well. Subsequent waves of COVID, which threw many challenges to us, taught us to prepare for the next wave. Like in second wave, when the Delta virus came in, it was a disaster. We have seen patients suffering a lot of admissions were there, and being doctors, we never expected that so many patients would become sick and require oxygen. So there was oxygen shortage. Unfortunately, few lives were lost because of oxygen shortage, but within no time that was solved, and now every hospital has got enhanced oxygen storing capacity and oxygen generator. So we are much well prepared for the third wave. And I'd like to commend our health workers. I'm not telling because I'm a doctor, but our health workers have stood as a rock, putting their lives and their families' lives at risk. Because we used to get scared when we used to go home after doing COVID duty in the ICUs and all, because we will be carrying the virus. We never know. We may be asymptomatic, transmitting it to our parents, our children. So we were a little scared. And second wave, we have almost maintained distance with our parents who stay with me and with the children, because we were scared that they'll get it. And during the peak time of the COVID, health workers have stood as a rock. When healthcare system actually collapsed in the so-called developed nations, we held it together in India, and I am actually proud of it. So I can say, I can vouch for it because as doctor I know I got lot of my friends who work in US and UK, and in countries like UK and Italy there were no beds for patients. So what they used to do was, if a 35-year-old fellow came requiring ventilator, and same time if a 75-year-old person came requiring ventilator, and if they had one ventilator, they refused patients who are elderly ventilatory care, and they have taken younger patients and saved them, whereas death was written for elderly patients who has refused ventilatory care. This is what has happened in developed countries. Whereas in India, I myself can vouch, we have treated so many elderly patients. We have treated 2 patients who are 100 plus 2 ladies in JSS, and God's grace, both of them walked home. So that is the type of health care we have delivered in India, and I am really proud of it. Apart from that, we became the pharmacy of the world. Remdesivir was introduced. Within 2 weeks, India started manufacturing Remdesivir and saw that we got all the things. And a lot of you must be knowing Tirupur, which is a small district in Tamil Nadu, which is famous for manufacturing all the garments, basically t-shirts and innerwear. Within weeks, they shifted from manufacturing garments to manufacturing PPEs and masks. And masks, which I myself, being a doctor, purchased for 350 rupees each mask in the first wave, now is available for general public at 30-35 rupees. So that is what the scale of the magnitude at which we scaled up to the adversity. The most important thing that we did, and every Indian should be proud, is we got in an indigenous vaccine within no time. And the credit goes to manufacturing of this Covaxin vaccine goes to Dr. Krishna Ella and his wife Suchitra Ella and their team, Bharat Biotech from Hyderabad. I am really proud of it, and I am very happy to say that both of them have been awarded Padma Bhushan in yesterday itself. So I am very happy to say that. And you must have heard of Serum Institute, which is there in Pune, which is the largest vaccine manufacturer in the world. They manufactured the AstraZeneca vaccine Covishield, and because of which we were able to do, as of now, 162 crore vaccines have been delivered. In the nook and corner of India, in the rural areas, everything. European continent being a developed countries where healthcare system access is there, have been not able to achieve that. And I'm proud to say, we have already vaccinated double the population of whole European continent, just being a country. So we can see who is developed and who is developing here, right? And our government under the able leadership has spent billions of rupees for patients, especially in the second wave. Believe me, even a person who didn't have a single rupee in his pocket, if he was sick with COVID, he could go to the war room. We used to call it as war room, where the government representatives used to sit and request them. They used to provide beds in the hospital, ICU. Every damn treatment was free. Believe me, including Remdesivir, lakhs of rupees has been made free from the government, and no government has done this. UK, US, you have insurance, you get treatment, otherwise no treatment. So we should be proud of our country and of our leadership who has done this and saved millions of lives. So in spite of all these political and public hurdles, we have achieved so much, and I stress again, we should be proud of our country and of our leadership who has handled this adversity very well. Finally, I end my talk with the Mahamrutyunjaya mantra that goes like this. I'll chant it. Om Trimbakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanam Mrityo Mukshaye Mamrutam. This mantra is very good to keep you physically and emotionally strong. This is to ward off mortalities and morbidities that come on us. You should be surprised that being a doctor and a scientific man, why is this fellow chanting a mantra here? I am the one who believes that for a country or a human being to progress to greater heights, divine blessings and human efforts are always needed to make us or take us to a greater height and make us healthy. Bolo Bharat Mata ki Jai. Jai Karnataka. Thank you.
Hari Om. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಇಂದಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯರಾದಂಥ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರೇ, ಪ್ರಾಂಶುಪಾಲರಾದ ಶೈಲಜಾ ರವರೇ, ಸತ್ಯಪ್ರಸಾದ್ ರವರೇ, ಸೌಮ್ಯ ರವರೇ ಮತ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪೋಷಕರೇ, ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರೇ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ಕೆಲವಾರು ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಸಣ್ಣ ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಈ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜಾಬಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದು ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅನಾನುಕೂಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತೆಗೆಸಿದ್ರು. ಅದು ಈಗ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಒಂದು ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕಳೆದ 23ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ನೇತಾಜಿ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಬೋಸ್ ರವರ 120ನೇ ಜನ್ಮ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡುವಂತ ವಿಚಾರ ಆಯಿತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಡೆದಂತ ಒಂದು ವಿದ್ಯಮಾನಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಟಿವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಪೇಪರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ತಂದುಕೊಟ್ಟವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಗ್ರಗಣ್ಯರಲ್ಲಿ ನೇತಾಜಿ ಸುಭಾಷ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ಬೋಸ್ ರವರು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈ ಬಾರಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮನಮುಟ್ಟುವಂತೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಪುತ್ಥಳಿನೂ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಗೇಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡುವಂತ ವಿಚಾರ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವೊಂದು ಸರಳ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವನ್ನ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಖ್ಯ ಆಕರ್ಷಣೆ ನನಗನ್ಸಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರು ಮಾರ್ಚ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನಾನು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವರಿಲ್ಲಿ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದು ಮೊದಲನೇ ದಿನದ 2ನೇ ದಿನ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದೊಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಫ್ಲಾಪ್ ಶೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ನಿರೀಕ್ಷೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಯೂಶಲಿ ನಾವು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಡೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿ. ಆ ಥರ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು. ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೊತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ, ಬಿಸಿಲ ತಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಪಡಲ್ಲ. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಸೇನಾನಿಗಳನ್ನ, ನಿವೃತ್ತ ಯೋಧರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕರೀತಿದ್ದೋ ಈ ಒಂದು ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ದಿನ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಸಲ ಅನಿಸಿದ್ದು ಅವರು ಯೋಧರು, ಆದರೆ ಈ ಏನು ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ ನಿಂತು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋರು, ಹಾಗೆ ಒಳಗಿದ್ದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಯೋಧರು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರು ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೋಧನೆ. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಬಹಳ ತಮ್ಮ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಕಾಳಜಿ. ಅವರು ತಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಡಾಕ್ಟರು ತನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಆ ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯನ್ನ ಮೆರೆಯೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಹೊತ್ತಲ್ಲದ ಹೊತ್ತಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಗೆ ತನ್ನ ಸೇವೆಯಿಂದ ನಿರಾಕರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಅನಿಸ್ತು ಇದು ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ದೇಶ ಸೇವೆ. ಆಗ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ದೇಶ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಜೆಯ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಸ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ದೇಶ ಸೇವೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರು ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹಳ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ನಂತರ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಂತ ಹಲವಾರು ಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಟ್ಟಿಯನ್ನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ತುಂಬ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡುವಂಥ ವಿಚಾರ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಅದೇನಂತಂದರೆ, ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ನು. ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮದು ಮುಂದುವರಿಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ದೇಶ, ಅಮೇರಿಕ ಮುಂದುವರೆದ ದೇಶ, ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಟ್ಟು ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್, ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 140 ಕೋಟಿ. ಅಮೆರಿಕ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 33 ಕೋಟಿ. ಅಮೆರಿಕನಲ್ಲಿ 33 ಕೋಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೋನಾ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದಾಗಿ ಸತ್ತವರ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 80 ಲಕ್ಷ. 33 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ, 80 ಲಕ್ಷ ಸಾವು. ನಮ್ಮದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯುತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ದೇಶ, 140 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನಸಂಖ್ಯೆ. ಕೋವಿಡ್ನಿಂದಾಗಿ ಸತ್ತಂತ ಜನ 4,80,000. ಆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಆ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಆ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು 5 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನ ಸಾಯಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ ಪಡಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದ ನಾಯಕತ್ವ, ಮೋದಿಯವರ ನಾಯಕತ್ವದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದ ಪ್ರಜೆಗಳನ್ನು, ತಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು, ಅವರನ್ನ ಇಡೀ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಸಲಹಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಾಪಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊಗಳಿದ್ರೂ ಕಮ್ಮಿನೇ. ಆ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ನಾಯಕತ್ವದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಗಣರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ ದಿನ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ದೇಶದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಹುರುಪನ್ನು ತರಲಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ದೇಶ ಪ್ರೇಮವನ್ನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಸಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭವನ್ನು ಹಾರೈಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
Gratitude. It's an honor for me to extend my humble gratitude to each and everyone present here. First of all, my sincere thanks to the chief guest, Dr. S. Manjunath Shetty, Professor and HOD, Department of Nephrology, JSS Medical College and Hospital, Mysore, for having spared his valuable time to grace this occasion and valuable guidance given to us. Thank you, sir. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our Honorary Secretary, Sri Vasudev Bhatt sir, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. I convey my thanks to our beloved Principal, Srimati Shailaja, for her efforts and cooperation in organizing this function. Thank you, ma'am. I thank Sri H. Satyaprasad, Principal of Vijaya Vittala Composite PU College, for his presence. Thank you, sir. I would also thank Srimati Sonia, headmistress of our school, for her involvement in this program. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank Srimati Vasudha and Srimati Pratibha, heads of primary and nursery, respectively. Thank you, teachers. My special thanks to the parents and students who are present here and made this a successful program. Last but not the least, I thank all the teaching, non-teaching and the students for their sincere efforts and active participation in the program. Thank you, one and all.